your life savings on who would win that fight? Who would you
Ever do extra effort in the training if he doesn't
Getting closer and closer to Inoue and Nakatani. Anyone could upset the apple cart. I think
Manny Pacquiao breaks down the long-awaited fight between Junto Nakatani and Naoya Inoue, calling it an exciting matchup. He explains that while Inoue is dominant, Nakatani's size, timing, and power make him the only fighter capable of pulling off an upset against Inoue.
you don't jump because that could upset the apple cart. He's that good. I'm not saying he beats Inoue. I ain't going against Inoue, but I'm saying that that's a big risk.
You got me really excited talking about the potential of the Inoue fight. Obviously, Nakatani still at 118 pounds. Inoue, the king, at 122 pounds. So, yeah, maybe you're right.
Teddy Atlas backed Manny Pacquiao, agreeing that if anyone can upset Inoue, it's Junto Nakatani. Atlas points to Nakatani's size, composure, and power as the key tools needed to trouble Inoue.
You said it wouldn't even be an upset, right? Do you think that would mean, as I said earlier, we would see a rematch because Inoue is such a big star? Or are there other possibilities for Nakatani? Malik.
Max, it's this thing in boxing that goes on, right? That sometimes when the right guy wins, big things happen in boxing, bigger things happen in boxing. But in this case, not saying Nakatani would be the wrong guy, but the numbers say that he shouldn't win. And if he win, he doesn't, in my opinion, people won't call for and demand the crossover fights like him fighting Ben Rodriguez, like him fighting Espinoza. And that's just like that. I would like that. That would be a little bit the unfair part about boxing is because some guys are picked because the bigger fights fans get more excited about, and if the underdog, quote unquote, with Nakatani is supposed to be coming and win, a lot of people's like, okay, well, I guess where do we go from here now? They're not as excited, but saying that still,
Winning a fight against Naoya in no way could open bigger opportunities for Nakatani in the boxing world. A major upset would boost his reputation globally, making him a sought-after name. It could lead to bigger fights, higher weight class chances, and matchups against other elite champions.
They're against Nakatani or Inoue. Do you want to maybe say who you favor in that fight between the two?
I think Inoue wins the fight. Just because he has more experience. He's been in the weight division longer than Nakatani has, so I do favor Inoue, but Nakatani, he does have a chance as well just because he has that kind of one-punch power.
Maybe that could be the big fight in your hometown, right?
Yeah, hopefully. If not, I don't mind going to Japan either. I love going to Japan. I love spending. Yeah, I love spending time there. So.
Oh, so you have traveled there before?
Yeah, I've been there plenty of times. But like I said,
Undefeated multi-division world champion Jesse Bam Rodriguez says he's ready to face the winner of a showdown between Inoue and Nakatani. While he respects both fighters, Bam predicts Inoue's speed, power, and experience will be decisive, backing him to win a high-level fight and remain dominant in the division against elite competition.
Move his feet enough. He didn't throw enough deceptive jabs. He didn't, fight at the right distance. He expected this guy to just go away. Rudy did a really good interview with Boxing Scene, and he was talking about
I just read that.
all of those things. The footwork, the movement, being able to fight at a distance. I was really impressed with that. Not only the eye to recognize it, but also that we're like, all right, we really got to work on this. And listen, you got a guy like Nakatani. I bet you he's an incredible student. You tell him to do something, he's going to do it. And I really think I know Vegas does not agree with me. I think that fight was better for Nakatani to have to go through those many rounds, go through a tough fight, deal with adversity, and then also realize like this 122 is different. I can't just hit these guys and they turn to dust. I have to set things up. I got to be more deceptive, and especially with Inoue, you can't just use your jab as a rangefinder to throw power shots. It's not going to work. You're going to get hurt that way. So I think it was an eye-opening experience for Nakatani. That listen, I gotta make adjustments to be.
After his controversial fight with Sebastian Hernandez, Junto Nakatani has been fully focused on improving and sharpening his skills ahead of the showdown with Naoya Inoue. Reports suggest he went straight back into training camp, working on timing, defense, and conditioning after a tough high-pressure battle where he was pushed hard by Hernandez.
Footwork. A few weeks ago, according to this article, others in the gym expressed some concerns to Hernandez that Nakatani was slow to mix in the new changes effectively. Hernandez poo-pooed all of that and said when you're working on something, it takes time on fight night.
Nakatani and his team believe that experience has shown him areas to improve before facing an elite opponent like Inoue. His training is now centered on handling pressure, improving punch accuracy, and maintaining stamina across all rounds.
In boxing history.
And it's so crazy that they're 122 pounders, the biggest fight in the history of their country, and it's two of their own. One obviously trains here.
This fight is expected to be the biggest in Japanese boxing history, bringing together two undefeated champions at their peak in a rare all-Japan super clash.
I am all for it. 8 a.m. May 2nd. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm super jacked up about this fight. I'm not sure why it's not getting the coverage that it deserves. And for them, they don't care. Obviously, they sold.
Let's get over there. It is.
Yeah, they sold 55,000. They don't care. And they sold out a month ago. The tickets were gone a month ago. That's crazy. So speaking about UK is a smaller country, so that them selling out or they're getting 5 million views is. Listen, in Japan getting 55,000, that's per capita. That's even crazier. So and especially because they did it so fast. So talk about a boxing culture that's really dialed in, because this fight is as good as it gets in the lighter weights, man.
Inoue versus Nakatani is expected to break records, draw massive global attention, and define a new era for Japanese boxing with legacy, pride, and dominance on the line. While he picked Nakatani to win over Inoue, Manny Pacquiao has also said that Naoya Inoue is one of his favorite fighters to watch. He admires Inoue's speed and explosive style, and respects his dominance along with his consistently exciting performances.
So his style is like when I was young, like 15, like when I was 115, 122, 123. Inoue is he can fight in different division. If you want my advice of how to do what to do, I can give him advice.
You get him the 8 divisions?
I don't know.
Manny Pacquiao has also praised Naoya Inoue highly, saying the Japanese champion reminds him of his younger self. Pacquiao highlighted Inoue's speed, sharp aggression, and constant forward movement, pointing out that he fights with the same explosive, high-energy style that Pacquiao himself used during his prime years. He explained that Inoue's ability to close distance quickly, combine punches into fluid flurries, and maintain pressure on opponents makes him extremely dangerous at the elite level. Despite believing Junto Nakatani has the tools to potentially upset him, Pacquiao still respects Inoue's skill set and sees him as one of the most complete and exciting fighters in modern boxing, capable of dominating multiple divisions with his talent and intensity.
Number one. But oftentimes there are 2 or 3 guys who are vying for that spot, and according to certain people, Chocolatito was the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world for a year or 2, right? Not on my list, but on many other people's lists. Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya topped some lists. Not mine. I thought it was always pretty clearly Roy Jones back then, and then followed by Floyd Mayweather, but for other people, it was a little bit different. And in this era, while I thought it was Terence Crawford, and now it is Usyk, you have people who can make a case for Inoue, and I think that case becomes stronger if there's no Crawford at all. Usyk is 38, and Inoue continues to fight elite competition and looking for...
Max Kellerman suggests that Naoya Inoue has a real chance to become the best pound-for-pound fighter of his era, but he explains that this title is always heavily debated. In every generation, sometimes one boxer clearly stands alone at the top, while other times a few elite fighters share the conversation, depending on personal opinion. He says he once considered Terence Crawford the best in the world, but now leans more toward Alexander Usyk. Even so, Inoue remains firmly in the discussion, especially if Crawford is no longer active. Kellerman also notes that Usyk is entering the later stage of his career, while Inoue is still in his prime, dominating elite opponents and chasing bigger challenges across weight classes, which could strengthen his case further.
Old school. Have y'all ever seen them up fall down. They walk at the same pace. You know what I'm saying? You know, you running like hell and they on your ass. They on your ass. You don't never see them trip. You don't never see them fall. Yeah. Balanced like hell. Balanced. That's why they call Inoue the monster. Balanced. I'm talking about in every area. Every area. As a fighter, from psychological to physical to skill to ring, you name.
Naoya Inoue's defining trait is his elite balance across every aspect of boxing, physical, mental, and technical, which makes him exceptionally stable, composed, and efficient in the ring. His style is built around a strong, educated jab combined with superior footwork and structured movement, allowing him to control distance and attack effectively from multiple ranges with sharp precision. He is also described as a thinking fighter, meaning he constantly reads his opponents, adjusts in real time, and selects the right tools for each situation. This high ring IQ, paired with his disciplined fundamentals, enables him to break down different defensive styles and create openings through timing, positioning, and calculated pressure rather than relying on raw aggression alone. Meanwhile, Junto Nakatani is reportedly training intensely as he prepares for what could be the toughest fight of his career. His camp is focused on sharpening every detail, with a strong emphasis on shadow boxing to refine timing, movement, and ring awareness. Through these sessions, he is perfecting sharp, fluid combinations designed to be both fast and precise, ensuring he can execute under pressure. Nakatani's training also highlights discipline and fundamentals, maintaining balance, improving defensive reactions, and staying relaxed under simulated fight conditions. The goal is to blend speed with control so he can dictate range and rhythm against a highly skilled opponent. This preparation reflects his commitment to elevating his performance to the next level for a defining challenge ahead.
I have a lot of respect for Naoya Inoue. I think he's a great fighter. I've been a fan of his since I first saw him. I said, man, this guy is something special. There's something special about him, and I have a lot of respect for him too. And see, here's the thing: he's the top dog, and we're coming up. We have to come up. And
Coach Rudy Hernandez has expressed strong respect for Naoya Inoue, acknowledging him as one of the most complete and dangerous fighters in boxing today. However, he also made it clear that Junto Nakatani is preparing with full seriousness for the long-awaited clash. According to Hernandez, their training camp is intense, focused, and built around the belief that they will be ready to defeat Inoue when the opportunity comes. The preparation includes sharpening Nakatani's timing, refining his combination punching, and improving defensive awareness under pressure. Hernandez emphasizes discipline, strategy, and adaptability, ensuring Nakatani can handle Inoue's speed, power, and ring IQ. While respect for Inoue remains high, the mindset in camp is competitive and confident, with the goal of proving Nakatani's ability at the very highest level of the sport.
but I think it's the best month I can remember in boxing. I can't remember a month this stacked with pound for pound fighters going at each other, world titles. I mean, you've got 4 guys in the top pound for pound, 4 guys right now in the top pound for pound fighting. 2 of those guys are fighting fantastic fights. Inoue, Nakatani. Inoue pound for pound number 2. Nakatani, by most people's rankings, I think Ring have him at number 6. You've got Benavidez, who I have ranked number 7, fighting Zerto. That's a great fight. Usyk's in action. I know it's not against a fellow boxer or a pound for pound Enrico, but it's always good to see Usyk. And Bivol is in action. It's good to see Bivol back. We haven't seen Bivol for a long time. So look, I think
analysts argue that the coming month could become one of the greatest months in boxing history due to its unusually stacked schedule featuring multiple elite level matchups. The month includes high-profile clashes such as Naoya Inoue versus Junto Nakatani, David Benavidez versus Gilberto, Zerto Ramirez, and Alexander Usyk versus Richard Riakporhe, all involving top pound-for-pound talents or world champions. Experts believe the depth of competition across multiple divisions makes the lineup especially significant, with both established stars and rising contenders sharing the spotlight. The presence of undefeated fighters in unified title bouts adds further weight to the narrative of a historic period. Many commentators also highlight that several of these fights directly impact pound-for-pound rankings, potentially reshaping the sport's hierarchy.
Right? And it's a shame that I feel like it's not got the noise over here or in America, but they don't care. In Asia, that's as big as it gets. Again, you have 2 unbeaten fighters, multi-weight world champions, pound for pound number 2 versus pound for pound number 6. I did their last fights, and I think everyone's maybe sleeping on Nakatani because it wasn't the greatest performance, but he was in there against a very, very tough Mexican, and ultimately he got the job done. Got home, got the W, and now...
However, the clear highlight remains the showdown between Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani. Widely described as the biggest fight of the month and possibly the most significant all-Japanese clash in boxing history, both fighters are undefeated, highly ranked, and considered among the sport's elite, adding huge stakes to the bout. Many experts believe this fight alone could define the entire month, overshadowing other major events due to its significance, quality, and potential impact on pound-for-pound rankings.